Congress getting back to work this week. And the first big hurdle, another possible government shutdown. Joining us to talk about that and more, Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Let's start with the good stuff, Congressman, because God, how many guys are leaving? I mean, I don't even want to talk to you about that. I hope you got, I know you've been on some other networks talking about how the Republicans will get through this, but it had to shake you a little bit watching them just one after another. But did you just hear that about Walmart, the news about Walmart, and how many employees are going to benefit from these bonuses and wage hikes given the tax bill? I mean, how many times do you think that narrative ever dies, that it's only going to shareholders and it's only going to buybacks and it's only going to dividends? And I mean, that's really going to ruin the whole other side that calls it a tax scam. If it keeps happening, they're not going to be able to say that anymore.
Well, remember what Nancy Pelosi said. She said it's going to be Armageddon if this tax bill passes.
Right. People are going to die.
Now you have more than 1 million people that have received more than $1 billion between that just in bonuses. And just think, starting next month and in March, people are going to be taking more home in their paychecks because the withholding tables are coming out. But what's even more interesting that no one talked about prior, we know the freeze that is going on and the energy cost. Look, energy company after energy company lowering their rates because of the tax benefit and passing that on to their customers. So you're seeing it in so many, from your wages, from the minimum wage going up, from maternity leave being longer, to now even some of your bills being less because of this tax bill. This really is the start of America's comeback.
I wonder whether you can, whether this is going to be enough critical mass to overcome the media coverage and the talking points of the left for November, for 18. And this is, now I'm getting into the notion that there's a lot of incumbents that are leaving. Maybe they have their own personal reasons, but, just to a casual observer, it looks like they're worried about their prospects in the next in the upcoming election, and that they're just turning tail and running right now. Is that not what's happening?
No, that's not what's happening. I mean, think of those who have announced. Many of them have been here 2 decades. Many of them are committee chairs, and one thing Republicans do is put term limits on committee chairs. So they've been to their 6 years and they're moving out, like Ed Royce, Bill Schuster, and they're still going to be here for another year. So from that standpoint, I don't see that play. I know the Democrats want to try to bring that up, but that's not the indication that I see going through here. I see the recruits that are coming back in, amazing individuals. Yes, the history says that on off-year elections, it's usually the party in power that has the White House usually loses seats. But remember, if that was the case, would you want to have Nancy Pelosi as your speaker again? You'd never have gotten these bonuses. You never would have gotten the minimum wage increase or even your electrical bills being lowered. So I feel very good about the prospects come November, because in 10 months, when people are taking home more money, they're seeing economic growth. Remember what the growth you had under Barack Obama and what you have today. Fundamentally different. Remember where your 401k, I was talking to an individual the other night, they're not in the same philosophy politically as I am, but they said, you know what, I've got to give you credit. I looked at my retirement. I'm doing really well. So, I mean, that raises everybody in America to be a little stronger.
Yeah. Hey, Leader, you think DACA's a go? I don't know what happens with the shutdown or any of that stuff. I saw someone appealing to the left to, get smart. Just give Trump something on the wall. Just say you're going to start it, or just pretend that it might even get started, and then get everything else that you want. You think they're going to be smart enough to try that, or I mean, will there be a deal?
Well, you have to have security. Otherwise,
or else
you'll be right back to this problem again.
Yeah.
But what's so ironic about all this, just a few years back, you had a few senators in there with Hillary, with Biden, and others. They all voted for funding to put the wall along the border. So this is not new. It's not something they haven't voted for before. And the only question about a shutdown doesn't come to Republicans. That goes to Nancy Pelosi. And what she's really trying to do for the last 2 times, the only reason we're stuck in a continuing resolution, because we're trying to get a budget agreement so we can fund our military. She's holding the military hostage for political gain in regards to DACA that isn't go into effect until March. And what she's done is she has gone to her conference and made them vote no. You can watch it on the floor. She wanted America to shut down right before Christmas, which, remember what we've done here. We've given the largest pay raise to our military women and men in the last 8 years, and she tries to hold that back. That's what the worst part about all this. She's playing games, and that has got to stop. I thought the president was fantastic this week when he brought both sides together, both houses together, and he let the American people watch it and said, let's solve this problem.
Yeah, that was it was interesting to watch. All right, Leader, you know, you still live in California? I mean, do you have to keep your job where you are?
You have to live in the city. I proudly live in
would you move
the
if
city
you
of
could?
Bakersfield.
Wouldn't you move to Come on.
I'm born and raised in Bakersfield. I love the place.
Bakersfield is in California. That is not California, I don't think.
Thank God it's not like the others. But look what California is going to have a large surplus. They just raised the gas tax to the highest. Why don't they give the Californians a tax cut? Why didn't Jerry Brown in that speech take that money, which is the taxpayers' money, and give it back to them?
Well, then the loss of salt wouldn't be such. You know, some of them are starting to think that. I think
they're going to have to think that.
Yeah, which would be. And you're not moving. Are you retiring? Do you have something to tell us?
I am not retiring.
Huh?
No.
You sure?
It is a major honor to be able to be serving here.
Okay, so we can write you down for November.
Write me down. There, you got one going forward.
Okay, good. All right. Hope to see you again soon.
All right.
I did that for Wilf. Thank you, Leader McCarthy. We appreciate it.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.